do, but
Recording is on.
there we go.
Now it is.
I do have them, but there's nowhere I can post them because they're very large. They're about they're about 5 or 10 gigs, and I have no place that I can place them right now. I'm going to start putting them up on my Google Drive, but I have to pay the subscription because
Are they
before.
too large for YouTube or what?
Yes.
Okay.
No, actually, no, they're not. But I was worried that, I don't think everybody wanted them put on YouTube because, I mean, I wasn't sure if everybody was okay with that. I mean, I was going to use them for our use, but not necessarily for the use of the entire world.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, let's see. So for me, things to report are I did. You guys saw the work I did on the NS font asset. Um, what is it? Request, I think. And that's merged now. I also merged the NS movie and NS movie view stuff, though. I think Fred wants me to make some additional changes to that. Because I don't know if the video stuff should live in the back end. I don't think so because it's not back end specific. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of so that's merged. Um, I am still working on a couple of applications. I'm working on the video player that goes along with NS Movie and NS Movie View. Trying to make that more like a miniature version of VLC. Because all I need at the moment is, just a way to make playlists and a way to manage sort of like the videos that you've watched or that you have in your library, so to speak. And that's relatively easy. But yeah, that and let's see. I changed the font down asset down. I mean asset request test into an application called FontBook, which basically mirrors the same functionality on that is available on the Mac for a similarly named application. I'm working on NFS Manager so that we can have more, I guess, utilities to manage the system from with GNUstep, so that you have a fully fledged what is it, desktop environment where we can actually manage disks and stuff like that. Um, though I'm not sure if that belongs in GNUstep or belongs in the GNUstep application project because it is it could get very Linux specific, and I don't think that's what we really want. Plus I'm not sure if we want things that actually manage the operating system in GNUstep itself. So we'll see. But yeah, so that's where I am. I mean, aside from stuff that I've done for work, which of course isn't GNUstep related. That's what I've been working on. Not much else. Yeah, I've been meaning to get back to the libs WebKit CEF library that I've been working on to provide a web view, and I think that's going to be my next priority actually. And we're missing. Speaking of the NFS manager, it's getting a link error on run alert relative to window, which is, I think, something that we can just delegate to one of the existing functions. Um, you know, um, or one of the existing run alert functions. So yeah, that's where I am. So I guess I don't know if Luke has any updates or if Twilight has any updates or if you have any updates.
No, I don't have any updates. Was hoping you found some time to work on the scripts to finish this
Hmm.
refactoring.
Not as much as I'd wished. That's um, I wanted to get these two outstanding merge requests done, given that it was functionality that wasn't finished. Um,
Okay.
versus the scripts which are mostly working, um, but not necessarily well architected. So that was my, I guess, my third priority. Um, so yeah, I think I'll take that up alongside the WebKit stuff, because I really want us to have a browser. To be honest with you, I mean, just having a web view would be actually really good, really cool.
Yeah. Is the wrapper for Chrome or what you're doing? Yeah.
Yeah,
Chrome,
CEF
Chromium.
is the Chromium embedded framework. It's you know, so it's basically Chrome wrapped in a library.
Okay.
Pro Bono was talking the other day about on the GNUstep IRC channel.
Hmm.
He was asking about um, Ladybird because there is apparently in their source code there's a directory just for AppKit, and it looks like that's what they're using for their UI on Macs,
Hmm.
and it's done in Objective C++ instead of Swift.
You know what? I didn't know about that. I will. I'll take a look at it. You know what I need to is he's on the GNUstep IRC channel on oh God,
Minibera.
Libra chat.
Yes, yeah. He's there. He kind of just like with a lot of people nowadays, just leave the IRC client open. Um, and he's usually active, I think, in our early morning.
Okay. I hope he comes by today. That would be nice to speak to him. I'm really glad Pro Bono is back with us. He, for a while he splintered off, but now he's back, which is very cool.
Hmm. Yeah, and I assumed that even if it's Objective C++, it would still be supported by GNUstep if he wanted to, or if somebody else wanted to make a port of it. Um,
Yeah, as long as as long as it's not using a lot of core foundation or core graphic stuff, it should be okay.
yeah, I don't think that it is. Let me just look at something real quick. See if I can just pull this up.
Say Ladybird browser. Oh.
Yeah, Ladybird. I can send the link to the directory I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, that would be great. I have it here. Is it Ladybird browser? Ladybird truly independent web browser?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That looks like. Yep, yeah. And then it's UI and then
Ladybird
apt-get.
UI app kit. Ooh, nice. Very nice.
I think it has some stuff that's GNU, but I didn't really look in detail. But I think for the most part, it's not using anything too crazy. That I mean, I think that it might be using some things like SF symbols, and it
Right.
might have things like touch bar support. But I mean, that's something that you can just rip out.
Well, we have touch bar stubs so that
Oh wow.
so that such things can be compiled. I mean, also Apple has a directive in their UI guidelines that says that you should never make anything touch bar specific,
Right.
because some Macs don't have touch bars. Um, so I have actually toyed with the idea of, because there is some preliminary support for touch bars in current kernels, and most of them just handle it as another frame buffer. So I'm actually wondering if we should implement that, but we don't have to, because obviously, the support for it is optional in any case. But yeah, no, I'm looking at it and I don't see anything um, using Core Foundation. I see a lot of stuff. Uh, I mean, it does refer to a lot of its own. its own libraries and stuff like that. Um, like it has something called lib or AK and libcore and libgfx. So now that makes me wonder whether or not those use it or not. Let me see, libgfx. Hmm. Color. Very interesting. I like the way they've done this. This is really cool. You know what? I'm going to look into this. This is awesome because it seems to abstract a lot of stuff out. Um, and it might actually, you know, be easier to port this and get it work. Because you see, I would very much love to have a web view that actually uses GNUstep widgets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
What do you mean by GNUstep widgets?
widgets like if we have a button on the web page, it's a button, it's an NS button. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? Whereas with
Or text area or something like that, yeah.
mhm. And I mean, whereas with of course with with CEF, it would just be a Chrome button. You know, it wouldn't be anything, that uses GNUstep widgets or anything like that. It would just be a view, literally, that is painting an image that is rendered by an off-screen browser, which to me is a cheat. It's kind of a cheat, but it works. You know.
I think it might use some core graphics. There's this one file,
Hmm.
ladybirdwebview.mm. But the nice thing about this is that it's not based on Chromium. Like, this is just brand new.
Well, I mean, we do have some core graphic support, but we it's just as long as it doesn't get too deep in the weeds of it. You know. Yeah, and I was looking at Ladybird WebView, and I don't see many references to core graphics. So yeah, I mean, the only one I see is CG color, CG context. Yeah, I mean, there's a few.
But those are supported?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. I mean, it's not. I mean, I see about 18 references according to my search, and some of those might be CG float. CG float is just a type def.
Right.
CG color space, create with name, blah blah blah. I think we have some of these. And things like CG rect make. That's just NS rect make or NS make rect, which does the same damn thing. And yeah, so I think this is definitely a candidate. We can take a look at this. Absolutely.
Cool. I'll let him know.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's going to show up today. I
Yeah, I
haven't
know.
I haven't really heard much from him or Joe. It seems like you said work was really busy this week. It seems like a lot of people had a really busy week at work.
Yeah, I mean, my work on open source, I mean, before when I was working for Keysight was constant, but now, it's in as much as I can do it. Fits and spurts is sometimes how it works out. So, Luke, are you What are you working on lately?
Oh, well, I got a new job, and it's actually had me use Swift and Swift UI,
Hmm.
and I am not very happy about it. I mean, it's nice to be doing something that's using Cocoa, but I just I'm using Swift UI just because my boss knows it. He doesn't know how to use Interface Builder and AppKit, so that part was kind of obnoxious. But it was really nice to get into it. I'm gonna see if I can convince him to let me write some software for our company using Objective C, just so I can start to get more practice with it. But anyway, as far as actual relevant stuff, I did start putting together the files for the proposed redesign of the website.
Oh,
Um,
cool. Okay.
there's a few things that I just need to work on. I'm trying to get screenshots from different operating systems running
Hmm.
GNUstep software, and I can get it easy on FreeBSD and um, Mac OS, but I haven't even touched Windows yet.
Ah,
I don't
yeah.
I don't know how, like it really doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of uh, either documentation or people right now who are active on a mailing list or um, IRC channel or something who are using Windows. Uh, I think I think Twilight said Ricardo might have some experience with it, but
Yeah, me too. I did a lot of work on Windows when I was at Keysight because that was their main. That actually, believe it or not, when I was at Keysight, that was the big platform that they were selling for, Windows.
hmm
I mean, and this is a Cocoa application written in Cocoa, written in Objective C, with its primary selling point on. I mean, where it was primarily selling for Windows. Wild work, but it is what it is.
yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense since I mean, Windows is much more of a commercial environment.
Yeah, I mean, um, what is the problem you're having on Windows though? Just
I just
getting
haven't bothered. I haven't bothered doing anything with it yet.
just
I
getting up
was
and
I
running.
was
Okay,
hoping that there was somebody else who was using it so that I could um, ask them just to like run some software and take some screenshots.
sure.
Um,
Yeah,
but other than that, I was going to probably just set it up on my own. Um,
yeah. I mean,
what is it? What's the like earliest and latest versions of Windows that it supports?
well, I have Windows 10 on one of my machines, and I have, as far as I know, it should run on Windows 11. It shouldn't be any issues with that.
Right.
So
Cool.
yeah, yeah, it should be okay. No problems. Because you know how Microsoft is. They generally keep everything. I mean, let's put it like this: they deprecated um, GDI 20 years ago. It still works. Um,
Yeah.
it has some slight bugs, but it still works, and that's what our backend uses. Though I think we should move up to GDI plus, which is the currently supported rendering layer on Windows. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, Windows is aggressively backwards compatible. So I mean,
Yeah.
it should it works. It works just fine.
And when you're installing a GNUstep app on Windows, it basically has an installer that installs the libraries. Is that how it works?
What I typically do in order to get the latest version is I install MSys2 first, and then I go and I get the installation scripts, and then from there you can install the dependencies, and then get all of the repositories, and then I think you have to say like set up min-gw 64 nt or something like that, and then build min-gw 64 nt, and it'll basically, I mean, I wrote those scripts to basically make it relatively easy for you. I think the install dependency scripts is like install dependencies, dash min-gw whatever. So it should make it relatively easy once you have min-gw installed. I was going to one of the things that Lars and I spoke about earlier was making those scripts a little bit easier to use. They are relatively easy now, but you know, um, making them a little bit more modular is was kind of my goal, um, with the recent efforts that I have. Hold on, I think maybe okay, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I what we can do is if you like. Um, I think I should write up like a tutorial about how to get things working on Windows. Um, with some screenshots as well, and maybe you can use that once I'm done with it. I'll probably work on that like today or tomorrow. Um,
Okay, thank
but
you.
yeah, and that way it'll be just useful to you. It'll be useful to everybody, and you can. I mean, if you could, once I get done, I'll send you a link, and you can provide me feedback for it because I kind of want to know. Um, I kind of want to give people, sort of like instructions on how to do these things.
Right.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have not had enough time to
Pardon me.
read about it on the wiki. Most of the time I try to get on the wiki, it's either so slow that I go do something else, and then by the time I come back, it's like, oh, I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. And then the other half of the time, it just doesn't even load at all. So I've
Well,
been having a hard time just trying to learn about how to use GNUstep on other platforms based on the information on the wiki. But
well,
I'm hoping to basically take that. What you're talking about, it sounds like, is making instructions that are separate from the wiki.
what I think what I'm going to do is with the scripts, I may produce like a readme.md file for installing different operating systems.
Right.
And that way it's right there where you need it. It's right in the installation scripts directory. So it'll basically give you a leg up on how to actually do it. Um, right there instead of having to go to the wiki and do it. I personally, I don't, and I don't think that the wiki is sufficiently maintained. I think there's a lot of old and possibly misleading information on the wiki. So that's one of my issues with the wiki at the moment and there's a lot of duplicated information. And I think we actually talked about this when we were talking about redoing the web interface. Sorry, the
Yeah.
website is that, there's a lot of duplicated information on the wiki and I mean, right now I feel like it doesn't really serve its purpose. And that's a problem for me. No.
Yeah, I
Who
agree.
hosts the wiki?
Huh?
Who hosts the wiki? Who hosts it? Are we
Um,
hosting it ourselves? Or?
Hold on. Ivan does. Ivan. Ivan Vuchka.
But why is it so slow?
I don't know. It's running on a server that he is renting in, I think wherever he is,
In
Bosnia,
Slovenia or
in Bosnia, because I think that's.
Bosnia?
Oh wait, no, he's in Ireland. So no, wherever he is, he rents one in, he rents it in, wherever he is. So it's hosted somewhere in Ireland. So yeah, I don't know why it's slow. I don't know what kind of server we've got. So
Okay.
oh,
Well, thank you. That's all I was really have had time to work on. Um, but I'm hoping to uh, get that up on GitHub soon, and then I'll probably just send out an email about it.
yeah, yeah. I was going to say, I mean, as part of redoing those scripts, I'll write that markdown file. Because yeah, I always believe in having the information right there where you need it. Not, I mean, because when you download that directory, I mean, it has all the scripts, but the manuals should be right there, and they're not. Um, so yeah. Hi, Ivan.
Hi, Ivan.
Hello. Speak of the devil.
What did you just call me?
I said, speak of the devil.
What did you just call me?
How are you, man?
Surviving.
No, we were just talking about how we should really update the wiki because it's got some old information on it. Um, and where some of it is, I guess, a little misleading because Luke was just asking how to install on Windows, and the current wiki, I think, does not talk about the installation scripts. And, you know, I was thinking about updating that and or possibly putting like README or MD files in the scripts directory that tell you how to install the different operating systems that the installation scripts support. So
But wiki is editable.
I know, but I'm saying
Yeah.
we need to update it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, we just need to update the information on it.
Well, I'm thinking of just instead of updating the information on the wiki, just having the information on the website.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's just so much on the wiki, and like you said, it's not being maintained. So having all of that information that's just out of date, almost seems worse than not having it.
Right.
From my perspective, it can be just copied and deleted from wiki, but I mean the wiki itself mainly from my perspective needs to remain solely because there's data on it that's not anywhere else, and also it's easy to edit it as long as you have an account, and to have an account like there's I mean, I know you can reach out to me, but that seems a bit silly since I don't check email that often or that carefully.
Mm.
But uh, I don't know, Greg, if you can try to create someone's account, and if you cannot do it, then we sit down and try to fix it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I also thought isn't there an hi Larry, how are you? I also thought isn't there an issue where the version of MediaWiki that we're using is relatively old and we have to update that? Don't we have to do that as well at some point?
At some point, I'll do that. I've started at one point doing it, and then it is a bit annoying to extract which stuff needs to remain in such a way that I can switch between them in case the new one is broken in some way. Like it's just I have to do it rather carefully because once again, there hasn't been updates in a while, and
Yeah.
I
I
want to be very careful if when I'm doing that kind of stuff because you know then I need to also do rollback, and I need to do that on timely manner, etc., etc., etc. So
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I was just and hey Larry, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Cool. Um, let me see. Yeah, I was just telling Lars and Luke and Twilight. Um, pardon me. Goddamn, your cough is
Contagious.
contagious. Hold on. No, I was telling them I had gotten the NS Movie and NS Movie View stuff merged, so that's in the main line now. So now I mean, what I was working on was also sort of a mini version of VLC, sort of a video player. And it is, I mean, it has a few glitches that I'm trying to work out, but I felt as though it was important to get it merged because there are people who understand lib AV codec better than I do. So, I mean, giving them access to the code seems more expedient to fix the bugs than it is to have me struggle through it. The other thing is that I was working on NS font asset request, and the font source that we were using for that is Google. And there's a convenient API that you can use in order to get all of the entire list of fonts that are available from Google and download them. And so that's where we're using. I mean, but I wrote it in such a way that you can replace the URL that you're getting the fonts from, and you can replace how they are installed just by setting the class for it in the back end. So I also wrote an app that is similar to FontBook that allows you to install fonts. So now when you have like like if we had a word processor, you could just have something that requests the relevant fonts so that you can render them properly and it'll get them. Oh, I didn't think about that, and you're right. Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, Google has a, I guess it uses the same license for all the fonts, but you're right. We should display that to them. Yeah.
and this license might like we need to be careful with installing things like if it's not declared as explicitly as free,
Hmm.
as in free software. Like
Yep. Understood. Very good point. I'll make sure that I review that. Let me see. Okay. Is it okay if I read out what you put in the chat?
I mean, sure, it doesn't quite matter. Like the first bit was about the wiki. Like I was trying to,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys can read that if you like.
yeah.
But yeah, so let me see. I was telling them also that one of the things I'm working on is I was working on the CEF web view, Chromium Embedded Framework web view, as well as the, improving the scripts, as Lars had pointed out. Um, Luke brought up the possibility of using Ladybird, which actually uses AppKit more directly to do a web view, which to me, actually, from looking at the code, just a cursory glance, seems actually a viable possibility. He said that was suggested by Pro Bono. Um, so, so yeah, I mean, if I guess if either, I mean, if either I or somebody else takes that up, we could possibly have a GNU-step based web view, which would be cool. I mean, something we already do, but it's simple WebKit, and simple WebKit is simply not built for handling complex web pages. So, so yeah, I mean, if we could do that, that would be great. So that's what I've been working on. But so Luke was saying that he had some stuff he's trying to do on Windows. Could you go over that again, Luke, really quick?
Oh, I've just been working on a proposed redesign for the website. Not the look of it, but the text that's on it. And I was going to include some screenshots, and I was just trying to find either somebody who's using Windows to take screenshots, and Greg may take care of that, and then otherwise I was going to look into installing Windows on my own, but I just haven't had the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, touching Windows is not really on my, play with my son or use Windows. I think I'll choose playing with my son over that.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
I have Windows, so what I don't have is GNUstep on Windows, or what do we currently recommend to people to use on Windows? Like, is it MinGW? Is it whatever was happening with Clang and MSVC headers? I just don't know. Like, how do we currently even install it? Last time I
Well,
was using it was like 11, 12 years ago. Windows on with Adams installers, the NSYS stuff, but I don't know if we replaced anything since then.
yeah, I mean, that's precisely the reason why I'm thinking about documenting it is because what I've been doing is I've been using it on Windows 10. And that is by no means the oldest version that we support. I think we can go all the way back to, geez, you know, uh, Windows 2000 even. But yeah, I mean, I'm using Windows 10. I think it is compatible with Windows 11 as far as I know. Haven't tried it on that yet, but it should work. And I just use I use MinGW and the installation scripts because there have been recent fixes that allow Clang to actually work properly with libobjective-C2 on Windows. Whereas before, because I think David Chisnell hadn't implemented the what do you call it? The exception model that exists on MinGW, it wasn't working, or you couldn't build it, but now you can. So that's should be solved. So you can either use MinGW, or you can use MSVC, which both of which work just fine. It's actually a little bit easier to install Minji and get MinGW working, only because in order to build the MSVC stuff, you actually have to install MinGW anyway, because you need a version of Clang, on and you need to use the scripts that are there to install the MSVC version of GNUstep anyway. And we could possibly eliminate the dependency on MinGW if we went entirely to batch script, and because right now that's what it's dependent on, but it also needs like various utilities that are on MinGW, like patch and various other things, which we could replace as well. But I mean, that we haven't gotten around to that. I mean, I'm not sure if there is a hard dependency on MinGW to get everything installed. And if there is, there shouldn't be. But I mean,
I
yeah.
don't I don't think there's a big deal with that. Like the only reason why I'm mentioning visual uh, MSVC stuff at all is that some game developers absolutely insist on that stuff on that compiler.
Hmm.
And if you're building plugins for certain software, like you just have to use the same like same compiler for what was it like 12 years ago FileMaker plugin.
Mm.
If you're not using the same compiler and runtime within, because of course Visual Studio also Visual C does within a particular version. Hey, do you want a single-threaded, multi-threaded, single-threaded like this, single-threaded like that? Like
Right.
you know.
Understood.
So, but yeah, so we currently are still on MinGW, but there is an easy way to use MSVC's Clang and runtime. Well, not runtime. Runtime. C runtime.
Hmm. Hmm.
I understand. On that note, I will just note that a few years ago, the what's it called? The GNOME people, uh, their MSI tools, which allows you to build the MSI based package.
Hmm.
which is the closest, in my opinion, that Windows has had across various versions to having a normal packaging system. They've added GUI support, so if we are shipping some kind of installer for that, we could hypothetically do it the same way that Debian stuff. We never switched to that, but I wrote that stuff a few years ago for building
Right.
Debian. We could have installers with MSI. I, I wanted to do that for years now, but I never got around to it. Like even without GUI, we that could have been done. But
Are,
yeah, anyway, just wanted to mention that this is an option nowadays.
yeah. Are we still using the NullSoft installer or packager for packaging up Windows?
I
Just
don't
out of
know who
curiosity.
has been installing, who has been building that anyway. Last I know was Adam doing it. I do not know who has been building that at all.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah, we
When
probably
I,
could.
when I was doing a release, I never did a release of NSYS stuff because I didn't know what the processes were building at.
Yeah, I mean, and again, why that's why I'm going to document it. I mean, and if we do create another installer package that just makes it so that it's just drop it in and install it, we should probably get off of the nullsoft installer. For context, guys, the nullsoft installer was what was used to install Winamp back in the day. If anybody remembers Winamp. So yeah, it's kind of rather ancient. So we need to get off of that. Shouldn't be using that anymore.
By the way, I'll have to go very, very soon. So if there's something urgent, let me like that needs my attention. Let me know. That's why I joined actually too.
No. I don't think there. I mean, does anything? I personally don't have anything that's urgent, but does anybody have anything for Ivan that is?
Anything related to website, as in anything that is urgent to update on the website. No, not so much on the website. On the software backing the website, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
Anything to reconfigure with wiki that's urgent. Anything uh, with PHP that's well, actually, did I ever set up PHP? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if you did or not. Did you? That would be cool if you
I
did.
I think the main website can have some PHP on it. Um, it's getting pulled on. Right, there is I think two branches or two repos. I don't know. But Ricardo asked me to set up uh, test home GNUstep.org or something like that. You can look at it in
Hmm.
the main dashboard.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about
Uh,
that.
yeah, it's pulling from either a different branch or from a different repo, but it's the same website. It's the same setup, except it's slightly different domains, so you can test things out before they're on the main
Before
website.
they go to the main. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke, you may want to contact. You may want to talk to Ivan about that, about your changes. But yeah, no, I think silence is a no, guys. So I think we're good, Ivan, at the moment.
All right.
Um,
I will then bail out. We have some visitors from one from States and one from Australia in town, and I foolishly forgot to check corp stuff in the morning, so I'm gonna go now meet with them for
oh,
pizza. Uh, it's yeah,
is this
I
job stuff or I mean,
yeah, but I want to be a good host if people are in town from
understood.
distant lands, you know. It
You're
could be
st-
nice to actually welcome them.
you're still in Ireland, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We lost Lars. He'll be back. He drops
yeah,
off and comes back, but yeah,
yeah.
cool.
All right. Anyway,
All right.
see you, folks. Email, like if I don't respond to emails, try again.
Yep, no problem, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was great seeing you. It was great seeing
yeah,
you, Ivan.
yeah. Bye.
Bye. Cool. Lars will be back. Let me see. So, how old is your son, Luke?
Oh boy. I think he just turned 10 months. He's
Oh
oh no,
wow.
he's almost 11 months now.
Oh wow. Okay. He's. I was gonna say, cherish these years. They'll never come again.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll come again with another child, but right now he's plenty.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. At that age, they're full-time commitments.
Yeah, more than full time.
Yeah.
I think at least I get weekends off.
At least I get weekends off. Yeah, I have two. My son is 28 and my daughter is 26.
Wow.
So
Well, I
yeah.
have some catching up to do.
Yep. I'm not as young as I sound. Not anymore. But yeah, no.
Guys, I'm going to drop off. I have to eat lunch, and it's good to hear you. Just FYI, I'm mostly interested in GNUstep base because that's all that I use out of GNUstep. So
Okay.
um,
Just out of curiosity, Larry, I know you came to the last meeting briefly. What are you using GNUstep base for?
so I work for Akamai. You may have heard of them.
Oh yeah,
And
the web content people. Go ahead.
yes, and significant part of their software is written by me in Objective C and on running on Linux, and so it's all back-end server-based software. And I just started doing it over 20 years ago as an experiment, and discovered that Objective C was a pleasant environment to develop in, and so I went with it, and so now a lot of our stuff is written in Objective C,
Very.
and so
Mm.
GNUstep base is very important to us, and I've fixed a lot of bugs in it over the years, and so I'm just going to be sort of, when I remember to join these meetings, I'll kind of be lurking. If you're talking about the UI layer, the GUI layer, that's of less interest to me, but GNUstep base is vital to the stuff that I do. So.
Oh yeah, I just as an aside, that is really awesome. I did not know that. I wish more companies that and people that use GNUstep would actually tell us that they're using us because it would be nice to know,
Mm-hmm.
where our strengths are. Because I mean, the thing is like for instance, I got contacted a while back. Unfortunately, I couldn't take the job because it was there was they couldn't do their security assessment quickly enough, and the window of time passed you know um in order to get on board. And but yeah, so what happened was is UBS, B as in boy, the big bank over
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
England, the
Yeah.
one with the two keys that are crossed.
Yep.
um that one, they were doing a lot of back end processing using Macs, and they wanted to move off of their batch processing using Macs and basically re-implement everything in. Okay, Lars, nice to see you. You know, uh, so yeah, but yeah, they wanted to move all of that off of their, because they had Mac. What do they call their servers? Mac.
There about Xserve.
Xserve. Yes, thank
WebObject
you.
or
Oh
Xserves.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of Xserves, and they had moved to like a lot of Mac Minis, but their plan was to go to Linux and just to basically make it commodity stuff,
Mm-hmm.
commodity hardware, and and process it all using GNU-Step base, because GNU-Step base is relatively solid, as you probably already know,
It
and
is.
they were like, and they just couldn't. They were very pedantic about the security, obviously, because they're a bank, and they couldn't get through it fast enough, and they apparently got someone else to help them do it. Because I mean, being over in the States, I had to go through some extra hoops and stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I really wish that I had been able to help them do that. That would have been awesome. But to hear that Akamai is using our, wow, that's news to me. That's really awesome. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's fun, and so I enjoy it, and some other people in my group are coding in Objective C mainly because I am, and I mean, out of all of Akamai software, it's a fairly small fraction, but a lot of our components in the group that I work in are done in Objective-C, so it's nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very
Anyway,
cool.
I've got to go, so nice to hear you guys. I'll try to be at the next meeting. Again, mostly lurking if you're talking about the UI stuff, but
Okay. Well, great.
yeah.
Great having you, Larry, and thank you for the info. I appreciate it. It's
Okay,
awesome.
thanks. Bye-bye.
All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Oh boy. So I guess it's just you and me, Luke, and Twilight.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. I'm hopeful that I think our persistence on this project is one of our greatest strengths. Is that it just keeps going.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just writing something down.
No, it's okay. I did not know that. So I'm gonna put on the website. GNUstep powers the internet. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Cool. Well, I didn't have anything else. It sounds like it's time to call it. So I'll see you
Yeah,
hopefully next time.
yeah. I think I'm gonna call it a little early today because not a lot of people came. I'm hoping that next time we get a few more people, but I don't know. Maybe everybody's just kind of busy. But it
Yeah.
was, at least informative. So yeah, I will definitely, I'll do what I was telling you about. Action items for me are, to, work on scripts, work on instructions for Windows and other OSs in .md files under tools-scripts. And Twilight says there wasn't a page on the wiki listing companies that wasn't there a page? Yes, there was, and I'm going to ask if we can add them. I don't know if we need their permission. But yeah. What is it they say? It's better to ask forgiveness than permission. I may go ahead and add them anyway. And if
Yeah.
they bitch about it, I'll take them off. Um, you know. So yeah, and add Akamai, and I will just detail their limited involvement. Okay, cool. All right, guys. I think it's time to call it. It's been 1 hour and 42 minutes, and I think that's good enough at this point. So, yep.
Yeah. It's good talking to you again.
All right. Later, Twilight. Later, Luke.
See y'all.